this morning as we continue on with our 10 minutes of morning calm. And we're looking at a beautiful passage here this morning. It's cited a couple times in the book of Genesis as well as in Ezekiel. We're looking at the passage here. You were full of wisdom and perfect in beauty in Eden, the garden of God. And that idea that, Garden of Eden and the garden of God, and that idea that these are all parts of us as well that we get to celebrate. And it's like, again, we can look at it at a surface level, like a literal garden, and we can also look at it at a figurative level, something that's planted in us. And it brings up this whole idea of beauty, and the idea that at times as we grow, beauty points to the truth. I remember years ago hearing a mathematician talking. I'm not very good at math, by the way. It's just I like listening to people talk about what they love. And this was a high-end college mathematician, and he was talking about solving problems, and he said, oh yeah, if it's not beautiful, if the mathematical equation, the mathematical solution is not beautiful, it's not the solution. I thought that's really interesting. Now it would take a trained eye to see the beauty in a math equation, but that's what he came to see, and I thought that's really fascinating. And the idea that beauty can point to that. So I want to read a little piece here on beauty and how much of beauty comes from this bit of when life gets sewn together. The beauty of the outer self when united to the inner self. And again, that's that Garden of Eden out there woven into our lives. Beauty of the outer self united to the inner self cannot be described because it does not occur in any other human being than the Lord. Any such beauty that does occur in a person or an angel comes from God. The three heavens are images of the Lord's outer being, and their beauty cannot be described in any way that will present a true, comprehensible idea to anyone. Heaven's boundlessness is an image of the Lord's infinity. So what's that talking about? Well, I think a way where we're invited to read that is to see beauty, and again, it all derives from God and God's beauty of this way that things can be sewn together. And it's this idea that heaven gets sewn together, and heaven gets sewn together in ways that then can be presented in our external life, and it's really beautiful. A simple example for you folks, and you know people like this. Have you ever known someone who was doing exactly what they from all time were supposed to be doing? You look at them doing a thing, and you're like, yep, they were meant to do that. Could be a musician, could be an actress, could be a business person, could be a restaurateur. They are just doing exactly what they from all time are meant to do. And it's beautiful to watch someone in that space. Not everyone finds that. I want to be clear. I mean, statistically, it's less than 20% of people are doing a job that they would freely choose to do. A lot of us, it's obligation. I would freely choose to be a pastor, to be honest. It's a great job, but most of us have jobs that have an obligatory nature to them, and that's fine as well too. But it is beautiful when we get to witness that. And maybe we don't witness in our job, maybe we witness it in other areas. And what's the reference there to the three heavens? Well, the three heavens, the idea is that heaven, it's not a hierarchy. If you look at it like instead as a number of concentric circles. And at the very core of heaven is this love of God. Really a beautiful, overwhelming love, and it's a love of God that's not a love of God to a specific thing, but once we love God, we get to love the whole thing. I mean, that's the point. Second heaven would be love of other people, and that's where we can really feel our hearts stirred in terms of service, in terms of what we can do for others and what we can do for our families. That's indeed beautiful. And then the final circle is like just a love of kind of the external order of things, putting stuff together, running a party, going grocery shopping, even however that might be. It's kind of this external level. And the idea that love of God, love of the neighbor, love of order, as it were, that all those three can be woven together in incredibly powerful ways. And again, when it gets woven together, it comes right back around, and that's why love of God is so comprehensive, is because it holds all of those things. You want to know how to love God, love those things, and you want to know how to love those things, love God. I mean, it's all part and parcel of the same thing, because that's the search, folks, in this life is for integrity. The search, as I say often, and it's a well trod spiritual / preaching path. The word integrity means to be woven together, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for to continually work, and it doesn't happen overnight, but continually work to find ways to weave our loves together and to weave our higher loves together and to bring heaven as in heaven, so upon the earth, to do the best we can to be open conduits to allow heaven to come to earth. And we know that that's God's beauty. It's not something we generate per se, it's something we get to experience, and it's a beautiful thing. So today, folks, just be thinking about that and just take a moment where you see beauty, and you may see it in someone who's just doing exactly what they from all time were supposed to do. It doesn't even have to be an adult doing it. It could be a kid doing something, it could be whatever. Notice the beauty in it, and then think, what's the truth here that you know? And where do you experience that in your life, where you really are so living in integrity that you see the beauty, you experience it, and you just have this sense, oh yeah, that's God's presence moving out there into the world. So that's the thought for today, friends. I hope that makes a lot of sense. And what we're going to do now is we're going to shift gears into another beautiful thing, which is the beauty of a little quiet. And the way that works for those of you joining us for the first time is we take a minute to take a breath to get ourselves centered. And after we do that, I'll ring a little bell. After we ring a bell, we'll do a little meditation, a little prayer, a little blessing, and we'll say hi to folks on social media. So with that, dear friends, let's get a little breath and the prayer bell. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still and. Be still. Be. Our Father, who art in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so upon the earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you, bring you peace, and bring you home. Amen. All right, dear friends, let's give a little cheery hello here, folks, to people who are joining us online. Let me pick this up really quickly. Martha, good morning to you. I hope you're doing quite well, my friend. Joining us from out there in Michigan. Let's see who else is joining us this fine morning. All right, come on, Nellie, load. There we go. It takes a little while for these things to load on up. All right. Marcus, good morning to you, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Gene, good morning. I like that sunshine there. Linda, good morning to you. And Patricia, always wonderful to see that heart. So, folks, wishing you a day where you get a chance just to witness beauty, and just a lot of it takes just slowing down, breathing, seeing what an incredible blessing it is. And may you have a day doing that. We're going to close with a little word about sponsorship here and just wish you folks all the very best. Like our content? It's funded by viewers like you. Please consider becoming a sustaining supporter of New Church Live today. So take care, my friends. God bless. We'll see you later.